Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing some of this deck. It's basically Orzhov Blade, Orzhov GlintBlade, but it's evolved a little bit. This list was called Orzhov Ninjas, because we're playing a fair number of ninjas. I saw Kerblinski take this list and get a top 4 with the deck in a recent challenge, but the list was actually originally from Lost on Kato, who actually got a top 8 with the deck in a challenge about a week before that. So Orzhov Blade has been a deck that I've loved for a while, played it on the channel for a while, and then when Cryogen Relic was debuted and I started playing Esper Affinity, we played Orzhov Blade a little bit less, but there's definitely still reasons to play Orzhov Blade, and with all these new ninjas, the deck taking a little bit of a new theme here, I think even more reason to be playing it now, and this is always just a sweet deck. So of course the reason we're playing ninjas is because we have a bunch of flyers, evasive threats, that all have really powerful ETBs, so it's great to pick them back up with the ninjas. We have 1 Mukotai Ambusher and then 2 Leonardo, 2 Oroku Saki. Leonardo can just hit pretty hard if we have a lot of creatures on the field, and Oroku is basically the black ninja of the deep hours, drawing us cards when it hits. We also have a playset of Thraben Inspectors, which also have a powerful ETB, though no evasion. But just another nice creature that if we need to, we can pick up with a Core Skyfisher or any of our ninjas. Then we have a pile of removal, one of the best parts about being black, 4 cast downs, 2 Tithing Blades, and 2 Grim Baubles, which we of course can still pick up with our Glint Hawks and our Skyfishers, a 1 of Thraben Charm, and a Suffocating Fumes to clear those go wide strategies. Playing 4 Lembas, another artifact we can pick up with our creatures, and an Omen of the Dead, which loops with our Core Skyfisher to essentially infinitely have a Skyfisher on the field, even if they just keep killing it. And we're playing 4 Eviscerator's Insight. I will say the Fanatical Offering effects, or Deadly Dispute effects, have always been my least favorite part of this style of deck, because there's not really anything we want to sacrifice to it, unless of course our opponent is killing it. But Eviscerators is also a very good card, and so we'll just see how this runs. Playing 4 Ancient Den, 3 Vault of Whispers, and 4 Goldmire Bridges, so we are going to be susceptible to Dust to Dusts, but it's important to be able to play our refurbs for cheap. 2 Bojuka Bogs and 3 Orzhov Basilicas. Going to be able to blow up graveyards over and over and over again. Of course, we do have a lot of tap lands because of this. 1 Plains, 1 Swamp, and a Radiant Fountain to gain some life. Then on our sideboard, 2 more Thraben Charms, 3 Dust to Dust, another Ambusher, Arms of Hadar, Suffocating Fumes, the extra Blades, and 4 Duress. So let's just take this for a league and see how we do. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flickertron. Alright, on the play here, and this hand looks reasonable. We have a bunch of untapped lands. We get to go Inspector into a turn 2 refurb. Because the Ancient Den doesn't tap for black, we can't double refurb next turn, which is really the only drawback to our hand. Otherwise, it's pretty good. A lot of value, pretty aggressive. Some removal for their first threat. If it's an Epicure, I'm not even sure I care about that. Ooh. So Leonardo lets me actually use my white mana this turn. I can play Refurb and then Leonardo back the Inspector. Part of me thinks that might not even be the best way to use our mana, because playing another Refurb would be a little bit better value than the Inspector, but they might be madness, in which case the Refurbs are not at their best, although I'm about to refurb them anyway. But also, I think just hitting harder, and also we don't have enough black mana to redeploy the refurbs really quickly, so I think actually Leonardoing the Inspector will be the best choice here. If they discard a Snacker and then grab the prize with another Snacker, it's going to be bad, but we're not going to not deploy our refurbs just because of that possibility. And we're doing this pre-combat because we get an extra damage from the Leonardo. And if they discard a Mountain, then obviously we're not too upset about that. Leonardo the Inspector, and we'll hit for 2. They do have a Highway Robbery, discarding a Snacker, which comes back. We get a Glint Hawk. So let's refurb and Inspector. They're probably going to chump, but if they don't, this just deals them more damage with the Leonardo, and they didn't. And then we'll play Glint Hawk. Since I'm picking up a refurb with the Glint Hawk, it was just as much damage with the Leonardo, so there's no reason to do it pre-combat. I could have picked up like a Clue or something, which wouldn't have been unreasonable because it would have been more damage. Maybe it actually would have been better because we're trying to be aggressive here and don't care as much about the cards. They have another robbery with another Snacker, Mountain and Pass, Lembas. I could Tithing Blade. If anything, I'm going to do that after combat, but I probably will actually just Lembas refurb here. Is there any reason I'd Lembas first? Not really. I could refurb first for extra damage from the Leonardo. I think that's fine, since I don't think I actually want to Tithing Blade this Snacker, even if they do block with both of these. Swing with the team. Obviously they can trade with whatever. If I Lembas and find like a Bojuka Bog, I think that might be our best hit, because they're definitely blocking with the Snacker. We get rid of that and a Faithless Looting. Plus we hit our land drop. We have 2 Bojuka Bogs to find, so it's not unreasonable that we might be able to. Just chumping the Leonardo. Okay, they take 5. I mean, Bojuka still wouldn't be bad to hit their Faithless Looting, but that obviously isn't as necessary. Oroku, I think we want removal or something more. We don't really need this guy. Yeah, like Cast Down might be better. They have the Gutter Snipe and a Refurb, so I could just kill the Gutter Snipe now. That allows me to attack him with the Inspector. They could have like a Fire Blast, but if they lose 2 lands for that, I'm pretty okay with that. Then they block here and here. Still take 3 even with a Fire Blast. Otherwise they have to chump here, block here, they take 5. Yeah, I think we just want to cast down the Gutter Snipe. It allows the Inspector to attack, and if they have a Fire Blast, they might want to just use it in response. So we would know about that. They chump Leonardo, trade with a Refurb, go to 2. We got nothing else to play, but I'm not confident they'll be able to do anything when we're at 19, ideally. They're going to flashback Faithless Looting. Get back to Snackers, discard Fiery Temper, which can take out Leonardo. Of course, Snackers enter tapped, so they need to have 2 Fire Blasts now. We will attack for 5. There's 1 Fire Blast. There's the second Fire Blast. Okay. They technically survive, but I'm going to refurb so that they are Hellbent, and I have 2 lethal attackers, then we can just kill their Snackers next turn. Alright, they concede there. Here, Duress is good. Ambusher might be okay. 3-Bin Charm's okay. I don't love Tithing Blade or Fumes. I'm not sure Omen is necessary because they'll probably just be killing us as opposed to, I mean, if they have Snackers and we're going to loop a Skyfisher or whatever, it's okay, but it's also really mana intensive. I think we'll bring in the 3-Bin Charms because they probably connect as a cast down for a Gutter Snipe pretty easily, and then they also hit graveyards. That's my thought anyway. This hand's okay. Not very aggressive because all we have is a Ninja, but I get to Duress. If they get a Gutter Snipe or just an Epicure or something, I can Grimbauble it. Life gain and card draw, I think we'll keep Skyfisher. So I could just bauble this and then I Skyfisher it next turn. I think I'd rather make sure they don't get a grab the prize Snacker. And by make sure, I mean, you know, just try to help a little bit. They have double looting, so I can't actually take one of those valuably. I think I just take the Fiery Temper then because they can't Madness it now, obviously, and then it makes their lootings worse. Because next turn they're probably going to looting and discard this for 3 damage. Might as well just take it now, and then they have to ideally just discard 2 cards they don't get to use. They drew a Highway Robbery. That would have been nice to take as well. Leonardo. With these ninjas, I definitely want to get a creature down, but I just don't think it makes sense to pick up a land here. So I think we go for Lembas, try to find a land. Pass. Next turn, I'll Skyfisher the Lembas and probably bauble the Epicure. There's the Robbery. Discarding a Mountain and a Gutter Snipe. Well, that's obviously what we're going to bauble instead. Bojuka Bog's not bad, although currently we're not going to use it. Bauble the Gutter Snipe, and kind of makes me want to bauble the Gutters, or bring back the bauble again for another Gutter Snipe, although then they're going to know about it since I'm going to not do it the exact same turn. So that makes it worse. I think I'd rather just Lembas and maybe find more removal. There's a looting. So like now if they discard 2 Snackers, we get to Bojuka Bog, and that's fantastic. They discard 2 more lootings. I mean, that's probably enough value to go for the Bojuka anyway. And they Highway Robbery, well, they plot it, refurb. So I could Ninja this turn, but actually I think I might want to Lembas, then I can refurb their last card and then Bojuka Bog them. That seems really good. Let's attack first in case their last card is a Fiery Temper. Although they probably would have discarded it to the looting. Okay, they just bolt. Okay, so refurb still draws us a card. And now I can't Ninja anyway, so yeah, I think that makes sense. Lembas, Scry. With Eviscerator's Insight and everything, I don't mind drawing a land here. So I think we will. Refurb. I could Inspector, but obviously we just want to make sure they don't triple Faithless Looting. Well, they're not going to do that all in one turn, but like getting rid of all 3 of those is a lot of value. In fact, they literally scooped the match because, yeah, that was definitely what they were banking on. All right, round 2 here, and yeah, hand is good. We have nothing to Glint Hawk, and Basilica is, we don't have any land to Basilica for value, but obviously Basilica itself is just value. And we get to Inspector into Skyfisher. Ooh, okay, actually we get to just refurb then, although they might be red. This is my favorite pre-modern mountain, so love to see that. Yeah, I think I'll just refurb. If they have like a Fiery Temper or whatever, so be it. It's a little mana inefficient because we're playing the refurb for 2 mana when we didn't have to, obviously, if we got another artifact, but we have no way to make sure we have another artifact. Well, actually, I could have Skyfisher the Inspector the next turn, Inspector and refurb. That could have been better, but I can also just Glint Hawk the refurb, and if I get like a land here, I could play it. I don't know. No, that's fine. They do have a Flame Breather, which I can't kill at the moment. We'll attack, though. This is definitely a bold block, because I do play Grim Baubles, and they probably would know that, but they got me. I will pick up the refurb, Basilica back the Plains, because if we get another artifact land, I'll want to play that to make refurb 1. Gutter Snipe. Well, I really need to find my removal now. Goldmire Bridge does let us play refurb for 1. I think I start with my attacks on the off chance they block the Gutter Snipe on the Inspector. Then I get to Suffocating Fumes them. See, this is the bold blocks I was talking about. So I probably should have played a land first, because then I could have... No, I couldn't have refurbed for 1. I don't want to Glint Hawk here. All right, we'll just go Maya Bridge then. That's fine. Yeah, them blocking really aggressively did us good there, because Fumes was not going to save us otherwise. They have another Gutter Snipe. Well, that's crazy. I mean, I guess even if we don't find removal, I can double refurb them here, make them lose some cards, but obviously like a Bauble would be a great draw. I think I'm going to crack a Clue. That's our way to draw, and if I get removal, I want to use it. If not, we're just going to double refurb them. And I'm going to attack because, I mean, if I attack with the Inspector, I feel like they're going to not fall for it again, which means I get a free damage. Now that I'm thinking about it for a while, I think I shouldn't. They're not going to expect we have another Suffocating Fumes, and since we don't, I probably shouldn't throw it away. Oh, we cracked the Clue. I'm an idiot. I always do this. Crack the Clue, so now refurb costs 2. That's annoying. So I actually have to play Inspector. Like, there was merit to cracking the Clue, because if I get removal, it's better. But now I can't double refurb them, and not taking 2 cards in their hand could be very relevant. Plus, I just don't get to attack with my refurb this turn now. I don't know. I mean, they have 3 damage for every spell they cast. We could definitely just be dead right here. Grab the Prize. Taking 5 is pretty bad, but if they whiff, we might be okay. Play a Mountain. Bolt is 6 damage, and a Lava Dart would kill us. Fire Blast puts us to 1, but if they have another spell, we'll die. They have 2 Fire Blasts. Okay. They drew a lot of mountains, but they also drew every single spell they actually needed. So if we'd made them discard 1 more card, I would have survived because they used everything. So that was my own fault, unfortunately. Well, I think we do the same thing. These for these felt fine. We have a Lembas, but no black mana for our cast down, but Lembas can help us find it. Plus Thraben Charm, although we're not going to have that up on turn 2 if we play the Lembas. I think we can do better. Yeah, I mean, this is marginally better, I suppose. Like, I have a Duress for interaction, and then we have Lembas and Skyfisher. They play an Epicure. I think we'll Duress them. We don't have a lot else, so I'd really like to take a Draw 2, which we have. They also have Smash to Smithereens, so I don't want to play my Ancient Den. Flame Breather. Inspector is decent. I could play a Lembas, but then they could smash it. I have another Lembas, so it's not that big of a deal, but we lose life. So then I should play Skyfisher, but I'd have to pick up a land, or Inspector, and I don't get to play anything else. Plus they could smash the Clue. I think I'm fine if they want to smash the Ancient Den. Let's Lembas first. Keep a cast down. So now I could just play a Goldmire Bridge, and they maybe smash the Lembas. It's not the end of the world. I think that's probably better, but then we take 2 here, whereas I could play Ancient Den, Inspector. We don't take 2. They might smash our land, but then I can still just cast this down, play a tap land. I think that's actually better. Not taking the 2 from the attack I think is probably worthwhile. Obviously, if they just have a Bolt for this too, that changes, but they are going to attack. Well, if they have a Lava Dart for this, that's fine. But I assume they'll want to smash the Ancient Den. Yup. Mountain, Epicure. Cast down the Flame Breather, play Goldmire Bridge. I think that worked out fine. The land drop wasn't that bad, especially since we got a vault here, and being able to block that 2 damage was relevant. Searing Blaze, and they did have a land drop, okay. We're at 8 though, and let's see, I kind of want to crack a Lembas, but also I want to pick up a Lembas with the Skyfisher, then replay it, which means I am susceptible to another smash if they draw it for a turn. I think that's probably fine. I could pick up a land here, but that's not very good. Thraben Charm, they have nothing in their graveyard yet, but I kind of think this is both removal and Graveyard Hate is probably good to keep. Discard a Snacker to the Blood token. Okay, we're going to be a little late on the Snacker, the Graveyard Hate that is. But that's all they got, so that's not too bad. Bajuka Bog. Well, let's Lembas. Ambusher is good. I don't think I want to use it this turn, but next turn I could probably do it with 6 mana. Part of me wants the Thraben Charm, the Snacker, and then Bajuka Bog, because I get to play my tap land. Then we're once again susceptible to smash, plus I don't have removal for a Gutter Snipe, and that's pretty bad. I think we should just play Vault and pass here. Yep, swing with the team. Block. If I take this, I could die to double Bolt, so I think I should crack a Lembas in response, but of course then, if they have like a Faithless Looting to bring back the Snacker, I don't have Thraben Charm up. But if they just don't do anything and they pass, I can't crack a Lembas because then I'll die. I think we go for the Lembas. I mean, if they have double Fire Blast, they get me, but can't always play around that. Lava Dart, the Skyfisher. Okay, that's not the worst. Snacker didn't come back, so I can Bojuka Bog them. I might just play the Ambusher then. But then it just dies to a Bolt. Probably crack a Clue here. Skyfisher. Let's Bojuka Bog them, see if they want to flashback a Lava Dart, which they do. I think we want a Skyfisher, back a Lembas, and hope for the best here. They bolt the Skyfisher. We take 2. Viscerator's Insight. Play a Lembas. Grim Bauble is decent. We'll keep that just to pick off an Epic here. But we have the classic. I could sack a Lembas here. If I don't, and they don't do anything, then I could die to 2 bolts, which means I can't really afford to do anything. I think that's fine this time, though. So if they don't play anything, I'm just going to pass. I'm not going to do anything. Yep. We get Glint Hawk. Glint Hawk for the Bauble, and we'll just pass. And if we can survive this turn and then get Mukotai Ambusher down, I think we might be okay. But now if they have 3 lightning bolts and they try to kill us, I can Lembas in between 2 of them, but then I'm going to die to the others. Attack with the Glint Hawk, Mukotai this back, try to gain 3, smash to smithereens for it. I can sack it, but that is annoying. Of course this has to be an artifact. So I can sack it to gain 3, or rather not take 3, but I obviously don't get my life gain. Duress is okay. If they have like another smash, I guess they can't use it now. I mean, I think it might as well Duress them. But I guess if they have a bolt, Fire Blast, I'll die in response. Just a bolt. Yeah, I guess we didn't hold up Lembas by doing this. Well, we'll play Glint Hawk. Pick up Bauble, I guess. We'll see if they draw the bolt. They did not. Oroku actually loses us life, so I'm not sure I want to use that. Part of why I sided one of them out. We didn't die here, which means they didn't get a lightning bolt, which means I want to sack Lembas now to not die. And I'll play an Inspector, crack Lembas. I don't think I want to Oroku, because then that means I'm susceptible to a Fire Blast off the top. Even though I hit harder and I draw a card, I think we just deal 2 and pass. We play a Mountain. I'll crack a Clue. Now we're just looking for more life gain, Lembases and Mukotais and things like that. Gonna Eviscerator's Insight, a Vault. Chukabog doesn't matter. Swamp doesn't really matter. Swing for 3. Play a Swamp and pass. I could increase my clock by playing a Glint Hawk. This way I hold up Eviscerator's Insight, but if I tap out here I might die. I also don't love sacking a land, but I don't have a way to gain life anyway, and if I get like an Lembas and I cast it, they'll probably try to kill me in response if they have it anyway, so I think we should just Eviscerators this Inspector. There's the Lembas. We didn't die when we were tapped out, so that's good. There's a Lembas. Crack in response to the activation so that we can have a better chance to draw it again. We will. Attack for 2. I will Grim Bauble. Oop, I accidentally pressed 1. I Grim Baubled so that I could Glint Hawk it back, and then I was going to Bojuka Bog as well, so that's unfortunate. But I'm going to get rid of Oroku and this Raven Charm, I guess. I mean, we're in a decent spot, but obviously having another attacker and more mana was better and would have been the goal there. If we didn't press the wrong button. There's a Lembas. We're going to sack it right away, but we're going to start leaving out mana for like Cast Down and Thraben Charm and stuff. We're going to draw it back. Going to remember to play our land this time. Hit for 2. Pass the turn. It'll be nice if we win this, because this is an extremely sloppy game of mine that obviously I'd still like to win. Play a Lembas. We'll just scry this time. Don't need another land. Duress is good. Let's do that. They have 2 Fiery Tempers. Well, we must choose one. Obviously, we let them cast it for cheaper, but also they already had the mana to cast these, so it really doesn't make a difference, and we're just taking away a card if they like Faithless Looting it, so it's actually not bad for us to take that. This does mean we're at a virtual 5, which means I probably want to sack this Lembas. Well, it means that if they don't draw, unless they draw like a card draw spell, there's no way they can kill us with 1 card. So actually I don't need to this time. Let's just Glint Hawk back Bauble, because I do want to have the life gain available if I need it. Play a land and pass. There's the robbery. That's what they wanted. Because then we go to 5. Well, I'm going to Lembas in response, just in case they drew anything. If they drew double Fire Blast, we will die in response here. Or after, it doesn't make a difference. But this way we don't die to like double bolt or anything. They have a Searing Blaze, so we're down to 5. That's annoying. Leonardo is not going to give us lethal. Let's crack a Clue. Second Leonardo doesn't do any good. That was a pretty bad draw. Swing. I mean, we'll still use it. Hit for 4. Replay our Inspector. Crack a Clue for a Glint Hawk. Bojuka Bog them. Leave up our removal. They kind of look like they have nothing, but obviously they could have some removal spells. Play Plains. Oh, I should have played the Glint Hawk pre-combat, because then if they kill Leonardo, I could make another lethal attacker. That was bad. I will Eviscerator's Insight the Leonardo. It's dying. But yeah, here I can Leonardo, but we put him to 1 because I didn't play the Glint Hawk pre-combat. It's a new deck, okay? That's my excuse. We're going to Lembas and sack it right away. I guess I didn't need to do that. And by doing so, we tap out of a cast down. So if they go Gutter Snipe and then a draw spell, and I could cast it down in response, that's worse. All right, we won the game, which is what matters. That was not a very good game by my play. So let's try to lock in here. This hand's okay. We get to turn 2 refurb. Oriku's not amazing in this matchup. We don't get a Thraben Inspector. We do have a cast down though. We also get smashed to smithereens really badly though. I think we'll mulligan. This one's better. Don't think we need Leonardo as much as we need everything else. Goldmire Bridge. Like, Leonardo is decent as a way to pick up the refurb, but otherwise just not amazing. There's a Flame Breather. Do I want to just kill that? Obviously, yes, but if they just play a Gutter Snipe, is it worse? I'm gonna hope they don't play a Gutter Snipe, and if they do, that we find a Grim Bauble, I think. They didn't play anything, that's pretty good. Duress is nice, but I think we want to Lembas here, because we want to hit our land drops, and just... Yeah, Vault's not bad, because then I can Duress as well. They might, like, smash to smithereens or something in response. Although they might have just done that to our Ancient Den on the turn. Okay, ooh, their hand is not very good. We're just going to take the highest damage, which is the Fire Blast. So now all they have is a Fiery Temper and a Lava Dart. That's pretty good for us. Definitely relying on that Flame Breather. And I think I'm just going to refurb them. They'll probably discard like Lava Dart, maybe even just land. Oh, right, or Fiery Temper, that works too. And if they try to kill this, I can Eviscerator's Insight it. If they just go face, that's fine. I think I do just want to leave up Eviscerator's Insight, because I feel like them Lava Darting this is still a pretty good chance. Just so I don't pick it up. Epicure. And if not, I'll just crack a Lembas. Now, if they want to Lava Dart it, that's fine. Yeah, they got me. Thraben Charm. Let's Lembas. Not going to second response because I actually want to draw something. Part of me thinks just any creature is not bad because it blocks and whatnot. But this is just a 1/3 by itself. I think we'll just get rid of that. Basilica's nice because actually I feel like I can Bojuka Bog away this dart and then still just pick it back up later. I might Eviscerator's Insight a land here. If I don't use the Lembas or the Thraben Charm, I don't want to waste my mana, and we have enough mana. We have enough lands that I think it's probably fine. Actually, then they could smash to smithereens something. I should probably play around that. Let's not. Okay, yeah. Now we will Insight the Den. Plains, Skyfisher. We should play around Smash as much as we can, which means leaving up mana for Lembas and things. So not tapping out here. Also, Thraben Charm for like snackers and stuff is good. Just in general, we should probably be tapping out a lot less. Crack the Blood Token for a mountain. Hard cast a Fiery Temper on the Skyfisher. I did want that. I could kill the Epicure in response, but I think that's fine. We'll take one Leonardo. Play a Lembas. We don't really need another Basilica. Basilica back our Bojuka Bog. Could just tap out for a Leonardo. Then we're not playing around Smash. We're not playing around Snacker. Probably not necessary. Take one. Ancient Den. Just cast Leonardo. Should have left up an extra black, but that's okay. If they try to kill it, now I have Eviscerator's Insight as well. And so I was able to play around like 4 different things for the low cost of taking 1 extra damage from the Epicure. So probably worthwhile. Double Ambusher is actually pretty good, because if they try to kill the first, then I get to swap it out again. They're going to block, though, because they're expecting them. I guess I'm just going to play one then. If they try to kill it, I can Eviscerator's Insight. I'll play Bog just because I want to have the mana. There's a Flame Breather, double Thraben Charm. So if I attack, they might double block, but honestly, I'm fine with this trade. Although they get a free block here, so maybe I just try to kill this. Or at this point, maybe I just play another Ambusher, and then this is big enough. Swing, try to bolt this guy. We're going to take down the Flame Breather in response. Now they would need like 2 ways to kill our guys to be able to keep this alive. Whereas if I didn't play this guy, they would need only 1. Lava Dart, the other Ambusher. Sure, so they're going to sack a mountain to kill it. That's fine. Then we kill that, take 1. Then Eviscerator's Insight this guy, I guess. I mean, I was hoping one of those guys would survive, but I guess we at least made it so they had to use up a bunch of removal. Burn spells that could have gone face. Attack for 1, pass. Inspector, swing for 3. Bojuka Bog them and pass. They're going to pass to us, so let's crack a clue. Crack another clue. Let's start with the Duress. See what they want to do here. Lava Dart to us, and then double mountain. Okay, and I can live with that. Skyfisher, back an Inspector. Replay it. Glint Hawk, back a Lembas. Replay it. Don't really need a land. Orokusaki. Swing. We'll deal them 1, eat their Epicure, and pass. Discard a mountain. You have 1 mountain left. Highway Robbery. Discard a mountain. Play 1. You have 11 damage on board. I can up that to 13 by taking a damage. Gonna crack a clue. I guess I can up it to 14 by playing a refurb, so not quite there. So let's just swing, refurb them, discard a mountain. We'll pass. Grab the prize, discarding a Gutter Snipe. Lava Dart and Graveyard. So at 9, we go to 7. They could draw 2 Fire Blasts, and that doesn't kill us because of our Lembus. So I think that's fine. I guess if they grab the prize again with another something, then we could die. But they just robbery, discard a mountain, or sack a mountain, but then we win. All right. Sloppy match from us, I admit, but we got there. We're on the play. This hand looks pretty good, so we're going to keep. We might be able to get a turn 2 ambusher just attacking, which could be really strong. Against elves, well, elves, the lifelink isn't as important. Obviously, the damage is decent. But since we just drew a Tithing Blade, and Tithing Blade is always going to eat their worst creature, we might as well cast it as early as possible. Because while killing a Llanowar Elves isn't the best thing ever, it's what's going to die to it anyway. Plus, if they don't have any second land, which they don't, killing it actually is not bad. It's almost a reason to cast this down. I don't want to be too hasty, because then if they get a land and a Priest of Titania, I'm in a bad spot. But I also could just Skyfisher back a Tithing Blade. Not hitting the land drop here is pretty unfortunate. I don't think we want to cast down. So do I want to Ambusher, or I could Skyfisher back the Tithing Blade? I could just crack a clue trying to hit that land. I think we Skyfisher the Blade back. Now they have an Overgrown Battlement. Okay. That currently only taps for green. So this actually looks like Spy Walls / Elves or something. I think Tithing Blade is still fine. Attack for 2. They have a Sentinel. Just that. Okay. We get a draw 2, but I kind of want to cast down the Battlement. Keep them off mana even longer. Because it actually puts them back down to 1 because the Sentinel can't tap for anything right now. Attack. They even take it here. So we get in for 1 for free with the Inspector. They do find their Forest. Another Battlement. We get a Basilica, finally. So we maybe just want to draw cards to try to find something. Let's attack. They'll block the Inspector. I think I'm just going to Eviscerator's Insight the Inspector. Maybe the Clue. The Clue draws us a new card. This gets blocked by everything anyway. Hit for 2. Sack the Inspector. Ancient Den if I want to replay an Inspector this turn. Or I can just Basilica. So I can have double black next turn. Probably safer just to do this. I mean, we've slowed them considerably, but they're now going to be getting some mana. Cycle of Generosent for an Axebane Guardian. Here we could use a cast down or something. They attack for 1. Oroku. Well, I guess I could have done this last turn. I can Oroku back the Skyfisher. Draws a card, but also lets us pick up the Tithing Blade with the Skyfisher. Not that Tithing Blade is very effective here, but it's, I guess, better than nothing. Discard another Oroku, because I'm not really confident the first one's going to die. Although, I guess, first one doesn't really get through anymore. And now they have their mana. Tuck Rebel for it, and I could certainly just lose on the spot. We had some good removal, but not quite enough. / maybe I just used it on too early things. I mean, the Tithing Blade just should be used as early as possible. Cast on the first Battlement could have been bad, but, like, it's the second Battlement and the Guardians that are being problematic, so I don't think so. They drift for Freed from the Real, so as long as they have an outlet, they have infinite mana and we'll die. Shield Wall Sentinel can certainly grab another Drift, which can find any of their outlets. Thraben Charm, more Tithing Blades. I mean, I guess Fumes is okay against the Elves. Ambusher doesn't matter. A lot of our ninjas don't feel very good. They'll hit once and, like, never again. 1 land. I mean, Tithing Blade with some bouncers is really nice, but 1 land is not going to cut it. Alright, we have a Tithing Blade with more lands, so I guess this is fine. Get rid of a Radiant Fountain. I mean, we don't have any ways to pick up the Tithing Blade, but maybe we'll find some. Another Tithing Blade, and they actually didn't have a 1-drop. So I guess we're just going to Basilica back the bridge this turn. There's a Battlement. We're certainly going to kill. Bridge, swing for 1. It'll lead the Stampede. Finding Axebane, Invoker, and Hydra. Skyfisher. I think I want to Skyfisher back a Tithing Blade, just to have as many as possible. So let's Lembus and then do that. Don't need another land. Refurb is okay. But this lets me double Tithing Blade next turn in case they have like a 1-drop plus their Axebane or something. Axebane Guardian plus Aquarian Ranger. So yep, we're just going to make them sack both. Swing for 3. We have a cast down as well, so I can play everything in our hand next turn. There's a battlement, another battlement. So let's refurb them, discard the Invoker, swing with the team, Leonardo back the Skyfisher. I'm just going to cast down a battlement now. Next turn I can Skyfisher back a Tithing Blade, play that if I want. They play a Caretaker, another battlement, and a Sentinel. Last card's a Hydra. 3, so I can actually attack here. If they block a battlement with the Ninja and the Sentinel with the refurb, I can set Suffocating Fumes 2 of them away. That'd be pretty good. And that's exactly what happens. So we get some good value, killing 2 of these. And now they have 6 mana. They can play a big Hydra, but it's not enormous. So they Winding Way off the top instead. Hits Hydra and a Caretaker. They are going to play a Hydra for 5 because they kind of need a blocker. We get a cast down, and then I can make them discard their other one with the refurb. That's pretty good. So I just need them to not hit like a Winding Way into a bunch of stuff. I mean, this one's gone really well, but we've also drawn so much removal. Cast down, cast down. We made the Suffocating Fumes work, and we've tithinged them 3 times. They draw a Generous Ent. That's pretty freaking good. They go up to 9. I can't get through. Pachuca Bog might be okay. I could flip a Tithing Blade, but that seems a lot worse. And I'd have to do it from a creature on the board. Seems a lot worse than just drawing a card with a clue. Refurb is another draw. Goldmire Bridge. They have enough creatures in the graveyard. I probably just want to Pachuca Bog them in case they have a Reaping or a Masked Vandal. If I attack with everything, they block, jump, take 3. That's not very good. I guess we pass. Yeah, the Generous Ent stabilized them. But they concede. Okay, I mean, I did have to find a way to break through. Skyfisher's good draw, but wouldn't necessarily do it. I might find Lembas into Glinthawk. I mean, we were in a good spot for sure, but see if we can do that again. Well, we are on the draw, which is going to make things considerably harder, but we do have double Tithing Blade and a Thraben Charm, so we're going to keep it. They have the turn 1 creature, which again makes Tithing Blades a lot worse. They cycle a Generous Ent, and they have the battlement. Glinthawk is good if I can find an untapped land naturally this turn, so I can Tithing and then next turn Tithing again. We'll take out the Elves, cycle a Generous Ent for a forest, play another Elves, play a Winding Way, which hits double Masked Vandal, Axebane Guardian, Sentinel, with creatures in their graveyard already. Well, I was really hoping the Vandals were not coming. We didn't draw a land. They can Vandal both of our lands away, and then we probably lose. I could cast down the battlement, but they could still double Vandal us. So my best bet could be to hold up Eviscerator's Insight for a land, or just try to get ahead of it and Eviscerator's Insight a Tithing Blade right now to try to hit our land drops. I think I have to do that. Yeah. We do get a land with a Goldmire and an Ancient Den. That's pretty good. This means we are not dead. Losing 2 lands is still going to be really devastating, but technically it means we haven't lost the game. They play a battlement, play a Vandal. We know the next Vandal's coming as well. Alright, lands are good. So I could cast down a battlement. That leaves them with 5 mana. But then I can't necessarily kill a Guardian, which is the scarier creature. I need to be mana efficient because that's all we got. So I guess I'm just going to Tithing Blade here, which doesn't do a ton. Kills a Vandal, but I mean, maybe that's bad because then they just have, 9 mana this turn, maybe? Like Axebane costs them 3 but gets 2 back, so it's almost like it's a 1-drop. But until we see an Orochi Leafcaller, this is the card that combos, and this is not, so I'm trying to care a little bit more about that. Shield Wall Sentinel finds a Drift of Phantasms, Priest of Titania. I mean, honestly, they have Drift, Sentinel, and if we kill the Axebane, they can't Drift. So depending on their last couple cards, we might not be dead. I can Glinthawk back the Tithing Blade, and then just kill the Guardian. I mean, they also have Priest. They still have a ton of mana, so, like, we need them to not hit Winding Ways and things like that. But they have another Masked Vandal. That's annoying. We do have black mana, but we obviously want to stop losing our lands. But it's also not game-ending right away. Sentinel. Just this guy holds back their attacks. Pachuca Bog. So I can Thraben Inspector. They have 1 Reacher. I actually can attack with the Glinthawk. That lets them attack back for 1 with the Vandals, but that's fine. I don't want a Tithing Blade because it's basically useless, and I'd rather hold up Thraben Charm and Clue, so let's do that for now. They also have so much mana that doesn't really matter to Thraben Charm, like down 1 battlement or something right now. Shield Wall Sentinel makes things tougher. It's an Axebane Guardian, so I'm gonna have to kill that. I could wait till they cycle or transmute the Drift to try to find Freed from the Real and then put it on there. Oh, they actually get to attack for 2 here, but that's fine. I think I just crack a Clue. I could just kill the Guardian, but Basilica. Inspector, Basilica, swing for 2. So should I just kill the Guardian? Then they can't transmute this. Because the problem is they probably will transmute this into, like, another one into a Reaping. Although then I get to Thraben Charm their graveyard, but then they still get to keep the Guardian. So I should probably just kill the Guardian, right? Ugh. Always a tough call. I think I should just kill Guardian. The chances that they go, with us having mana up, go very simply for the freed from the real thing, especially because they might not even have an infinite outlet yet. Seems bad. I feel like I should just do the straightforward thing, not get outplayed, but lead the Stampede up so he could just find their 4th Vandal here. Hydra, Invoker, Caretaker. I mean, we'll just die to an enormous Hydra now, especially because we use the Thraben Charm. Caretaker is a ritual. 14. They have plenty of power to Hydra something, and we'll just die. We are on the draw against Kalikai's. I don't have any pressure. If he's on, like, Ruby Storm or Familiar's Tithing Blade can be okay. Bajuka Bog can be okay. He's mulliganed. I'm gonna keep it. It's really sketchy, obviously, so many lands, but, like, we're a mana-hungry deck, because every 2-drop Skyfisher costs, you know, whatever we're picking up as well. Definitely looks like Ruby Storm. I mean, Bauble and Tithing Blade are decent if he plays creatures and then passes. Trying to get rid of lands here, and we're just drawing more. If obviously he plays creatures and then combos in the same turn, I can't do much about it. Seeding Song and Reckless Impulse, decent from them. Skyfisher picks up Lembas. Starts applying some pressure, very, very slowly. There's the Familiar, but yeah, I'm not really expecting him to cast that until he's actually trying to go off. So I feel like I'll probably just die here, but I could get lucky, I suppose. Seething Song, Ren's Resolve, Glimpse, another Thornscape, Metamorphose. That's enough for big scores now. Another Metamorphose. Pirate's Pillage, big score. Glimpse the Impossible. There's a Seize the Storm. Pretty much just needs a first day of class, and we'll probably just die to Seize the Storm. There's the first day of class. We're just going to scoop it up. He got us. We have Thraben Charms, Duresses, Suffocating Fumes. I want the instant speed stuff. Arms of Adar is not good enough. Tithing Blade, Grimbauble, as we saw, doesn't do anything on their turn. Ambusher's irrelevant. Omen doesn't matter. And draw cards from the Orc is good. Leonardo hits hard. Maybe just like an Eviscerator's Insight, because we're not going to be going super long. 1 Plains is not going to cut it. Now, we don't have a white mana early for our Inspector, but we have double cast down. I mean, we're on 6. We're not going to get rid of this. I might get rid of the Lembas here. That seems crazy, but I kind of want to keep the pressure and such. Play a Vault of Whispers and pass. They got Needle. I got a Vault, so I could refurb here, start attacking, but then I don't. Whereas if I Basilica, next turn I could Inspector and then refurb. It's probably more quicker, and it lets me have my double cast down up on turn 4, so I think we want to do that. Vault. Inspector, play a refurb. And if he goes off this turn, you know, I can't do much about that, but ideally next turn with double cast down, we can stop them. There's an Anarchomancer and a Thornscape Familiar. Metamorphose. Metamorphose. Glimpse the Impossible. Does not whiff. I mean, it hits Seize in first day of class really early, so maybe that is a bit of a whiff. Because Metamorphose, he might run out of card draw. But I guess first day of class is card draw. It finds Abandoned Attachments or something. Big score away the Firebending Lesson. Obviously, if he whiffs here, we have a chance because I get to cast down both of these. If he doesn't whiff, we're in a bad spot. I guess worst case, he can Seize the Storm here, and that's still a pretty big creature, but I can cast it down. And then one of these, Ren's Resolve, hits a Resolve and a Glimpse. Glimpse finds no mana. Double Ren's Resolve and a Pillage. He just has a green floating. Alright, it does make a bunch of 1/2 spawn, but I get to cast down both Familiars, which hopefully can keep us alive. The Seize the Storm did go to the graveyard, which is good for them. Got a bunch of 1/2s, which is relevant right now, but I don't think I'm going to let just kill us. Reckless Impulse hits. Narcomancer, a tap land. Glint Hawk for refurb. So let's swing. Glint Hawk back the refurb. Replay that. And we have blockers. I'll crack a Clue to see if I get like a tap land or something. Radiant Fountain. Sure. Play that in case we get like a Basilica next turn. Only 1 white mana is a little awkward, but plays the Anarchomancer. Another one. Well, we'll see if we're going to die. This is the type of situation where like an Arms of Adar is decent. The problem is we had to get past the first like not dying there. So Arms of Adar wouldn't have done anything the first time around. Well, I guess he fizzled. I don't know. It could have been worth bringing in still. Now it looks pretty tough. Double Familiar, well, and a Narcomancer all in exile here. Pirate's Pillage, first day of class, hitting these guys. Yeah, I guess flashing back Seize the Storm might just kill us, but there's an Electric Revelation, Metamorphose, big score. Seize the Storm is a 27-27, and there's another one. We are dead. Does not seem like a very good matchup for us. All right, round 5 here. Can't keep this one. This one's fine. We're going to get rid of the Insight, I guess, since I already have some card draw, and I want to keep cast down, plus we just don't have black mana. Inspector, Jukabog. Looks like we're against Gardens or maybe Food Pest. Attack for 1. I think I could Skyfisher back the Inspector, or I could just crack the Clue because I'm trying to hit lands. I think that's probably better. There's a Lembas. Scry one to the bottom. They're missing their land drop. Crack a clue. Okay, we got found ours. Leonardo is just the same amount of damage, so for mana efficiency, we should just Skyfisher here. Inspector, Bojuka Bog. Insight their plant. They found a rot farm. Definitely feels like food pest to me. Another Leonardo. Just being pinched on white mana is pretty unfortunate here. I mean, we're just going to Inspector and Crack a Clue, trying to hit that land drop. Nope. Hit for 2. Pass. Heritage Reclamation, our Ancient Den. That is rude. That's not very nice at all. Mukatai Ambusher. I mean, I could Grimbobble a plant, but that's not great. Although, obviously, it's not going to have great targets at all. Refurb I can't play now because it's too expensive. Cast Stone doesn't do much, so I think. I mean, Ambusher picks up a guy that I can't then play, which is bad. But it's just more damage, so I think it is worth it. Pick up the Inspector. And I guess we're going to discard the... I think I'm going to discard a Leonardo first because I have 2 of them. A lot of things to cast with white. Bauble might be relevant as like clearing a blocker or just as an artifact count for like refurb, so we'll keep it for now. Cycle a Troll and pass. We get a Tithing Blade. Amazing. I mean, I guess I could only play our removal spells, these 4. So I might as well clear our blocker, their blocker. With the Bauble, they're going to sack it, of course. We'll hit for 5, and that's all we got. They have a cast down for the flyer. There's a Cauldron Familiar, the Infinite Blocker, Campfire. We'll cast a Lembas. I'm feeling like we're in a bad spot, although I guess they are low on cards, but they have Eviscerators in the graveyard. Vault of Whispers. It's a land. All it lets us do is play a refurb, which is not bad, but I kind of think I need to find white mana. I get to start attacking for 2 in the air, which is just offset by the campfire, and now we gotta find white. I'm just gonna concede. We are dead. Them blowing up our land hurt, but to be honest, I don't think we were getting out of that with drawing so few lands the entire time anyway. Dust to Dust, Thraben Charm are good. Fumes, Baubles, Tithing Blades are all bad. Ambusher's not really very necessary. I like Duress, I think. Maybe not this many Duresses. Maybe not this many Dusts either. I mean, they play a lot of artifacts. Getting rid of campfires is good. Alright, here is a playable hand. And we really haven't seen Oroku do much yet, or do anything, because it's been bad most every time we've drawn it. But assuming they don't block here, I'm probably just going to deploy Oroku right away to draw a card. Boom. Pretty good, I will say. Now, if they have like Troublemaker Oof to wipe our Ancient Den, I'm going to be pretty upset. Oh, they didn't. Don't worry, they didn't. So rude of me to even think they might. Oh, they'll probably chump block here, or they just let us get a card, but that seems worse. I could refurb for pressure. I think I want a Lembas to try to hit that white land drop, though. Nope, just white spells. Cauldron Familiar. I was hoping that wouldn't come out for a while. That and Nutrient Block. They missed their land. And we get a Bojuka Bog, but they have the block, so it doesn't matter. Since I don't have white mana, I can't fight over it with a Thraben Charm. I could refurb them, but I think I'm just going to crack a clue. We have a fair amount of white sources, but they're tapped. So yeah, I guess we just Bojuka Bog now, and I leave back Oroku. Doesn't do me much good to just run it into the Familiar, and then lose it to the, you know, it comes back to from the Nutrient Block. And here's where the 1 toughness versus 2 toughness makes a big difference from this and Ninja the Deep Hours. A lot worse to have 1 toughness here. We get a bridge, play a refurb. I can play bridge first and play it for 1, but I don't actually have anything to do with the mana because I don't want to sack this Lembas. So theoretically, they could discard like an Oof or something there that could take our bridge away if they don't see that we have it, and now they would want to save it. But obviously Snuff Out's not doing them much good right now. Fanatical Offering. I guess I could have attacked and they traded. They might have just chumped, but if they did trade, then I could Omen of the Dead now. Well, they drowned in Sorrow, so I can Omen one of them back now. Oroku's going to be extremely televised, and then just, as we see, bad against the Cauldron Familiar, so I think I just get back the refurb. Plus, I can make them discard 2 cards here. It's not nothing. Although, when it's a bunch of Snuff Outs, I guess I don't care as much about it. Or I could Skyfisher back the Omen. I guess for that reason, I probably want to Glint Hawk back the refurb, because Skyfisher can pick up the Omen. Actually, do I even want to go refurb? Make them discard a card? Well, I don't have that choice now, which is fine. I was just realizing that Lembas might be better anyway, but I will do Lembas now. Leonardo is not really where I want to be with 1 white mana, and I played a land for no good reason already, so that's annoying. By annoying, I mean a misplay. Cat comes back at the end step. I just pass. We'll swing for 2. I could Skyfisher back the Omen, and then Omen back the refurb. Obviously, keeping Omen in hand so that I can loop it with Skyfisher is good, but they don't have a ton going on, so I probably want to press my advantage. I mean, they're probably going to, like, you know, draw some cards at the end step or whatever, but I could also just pick up a Lembas, but I could have an extra 2/1 out here, which is probably better. Pick up Refurb, make them discard a card. They're going to Fanatical their map, discard a Swamp. We'll pass. They have a Lembas, play a Wellspring, Rot Farm, back a Bojuka Bog, play a Nutrient Block, pass. You get a Skyfisher. Skyfisher picks up Omen here, so that if they kill one, I can get it back. Probably want to leave them a Thraben Charm at some point to have Graveyard Hate if they sack this. They have 2 food right now, so I don't think that matters. I could hold it up so that I could blow up Pestilence if they play it. I think we'll just play Inspector and crack a clue, see where we're at. We might want to play Skyfisher, maybe not. Dust to Dust is decent. Obviously the white mana pinch makes this a little worse, but hit for a bunch. I kind of don't think I want to commit more to the board. I mean, I guess by Skyfishering back the Omen, I'm not committing really more because I get to just have the Omen bring something back. Sure, I don't know if that's sound logic or not, but we'll do it as some insurance. Okay, they're just cracking a Nutrient Block to draw a card and gain life, but that kind of shows they're desperate, looking for something, because they would have Fanatical Offeringed first to draw more cards, so they don't have any draw spells in hand. Nutrient Block, crack it right away, play another Colony Garden, and another block. We're hitting for 8 Lembas. Let's Lembas first. Basilica. I haven't hit a land drop and this gets back a bog, so I think that's actually fine. I'm gonna Dust to Dust their food first here, so that if they want to chump with the Familiar, they don't have any way to get them back. I do chump the Inspector. Play Basilica, pick up our bog, pass. They have a Heaped Harvest. Oh, I was supposed to sack I was supposed to exile their graveyard before this entered because I can still prevent the Familiar from coming down, but now I can't prevent them from getting an extra basic. Probably should have exiled the Familiar. Oh well. They're sacking it now. I will exile their graveyard. So same thing would have happened here, except they just wouldn't have been able to, for free, sack the Harvest for an extra land here. Which they haven't been doing a ton, but if they're holding a Pestilence in hand, like, that's actually pretty good for them. Although with no life, they're at 9. I can just kill them by charming their plant here. So I think we should just try to do that. They could have a cast down or any number of things, but if not, this is lethal. All right, we take that game. I'm realizing, unfortunately, that Oroku is not very good in this matchup. I would have loved to see him a little bit more and be good, but the Duresses do seem decent, and as we just saw, does not do very much against a cat. Can't keep a 1-lander. Still can't keep a 1-lander. 15-lander, I guess I will keep. I think I'll get rid of 1 bog and I guess the Duress. I kind of like Duress, but I feel like I need all the rest of our cards for just general value and stuff. There's a cat, a vault. I probably should have played the Bojuka Bog simply so that this doesn't get blown up by Heritage Reclamation, although they probably don't have any untapped green, so it's probably fine. We'll take 1, and then Lembas. Thraben Charm. Let's pick this up. Play a Garden, play Inspector, and since we're floating a mana off the Basilica, I think we just have to crack our clue right now. Alright, another Basilica's not bad. They haven't had the best start ever. They didn't have a Fanatical Offering right there to crack, so they're low on card advantage. Tiding Blade is fine. Rot Farm back a Swamp. Swing for 1. Cast Down doesn't do anything. I guess I just cast a Leonardo rather than do nothing with all my mana. I think it's fine. He gets blocked a bunch, but whatever. They, of course, have to go for the throat for the Leonardo, not a cast down, notably. Which is fine. He wasn't probably going to be doing that much, but there's a Campfire. Play an Inspector. Crack a clue. Refurb for 3. Amazing. Which means I might as well just hold everything up. Campfire for 2. Fanatical Offering a plant. They've found some card draw, which is bad for us. Heaped Harvest. Yup. Ramping. Map onto Cauldron Familiar. They hit a Swamp, so Familiar is still small. There's nothing to Thraben Charm that I want. There's nothing to cast down. So I think for mana efficiency, I think I want to sack this Inspector. We just don't have much going on. Like, double Refurb at least lets us play the second one for cheaper. It's 3 mana to play 1, which is really bad, but then the second one, and then I get to Bojuka Bog. Like, it's not terrible. Although if they discard a Cauldron Familiar, it'd be pretty bad. They discard a Swamp and a Swamp. Okay. Bojuka Bog, pass. I mean, if we get just, like, 1 more artifact land or something, then I can at least Glint Hawk these back for cheap. Get a bunch of value. Next turn, they'll swing for 1. They have a Drown in Sorrow. That's pretty annoying. Kills our refurbs that we just got. They play Wellspring. Sack the Heaped Harvest to the Familiar. Bring it back. Wellspring. Radiant Fountain. Okay, so refurbs are still crazy expensive because I could Omen of the Dead one back, but it's not really great. I could play it and Skyfisher it back, but I can't even replay it. But they go down to one card from 2. It's either that or I could like buy back an Inspector, which actually makes the refurb cheaper. So I could Omen of Inspector, play that. That's 2. Then I use 2 for a Skyfisher, 2, and then I could play the Omen again, and then I could refurb. Okay, so I could do all of that in one turn. That's not bad. I only have 1 food, so part of me wants to hold up a Thraben Charm, but we just don't have a lot going on. I think we're gonna do this then. Get back Inspector, Thraben Inspector, Skyfisher back the Omen, cast Omen, bring back a refurb, and then play refurb. So we still hit their hand, discarding Nutrient Block, that's a real card. We built our board up a little bit more. I think that was okay. It's not amazing, and they could certainly just like Pestilence us or whatever, but can't do much about that until we blow it up with the Thraben Charm. Lembas, and Troll of Khazad-dûm. Alright, well we have a cast down for that. A couple cast downs for that. Let's just kill it. Swing with the team. They take it. And we're going to Glint Hawk. This might be overcommitting a little bit, but picking up the refurb, we get to take their last card, which seems decent. Still get to hold up the Thraben Charm and cast down. Their last card was a Tithing Blade, which does matter a little bit. Now they're just top decking. Activate Campfire, Rot Farm. Okay. So they don't have a lot going on. They're gonna, flip a Tithing Blade? Makes sense. Let's crack a Clue. Another Hawk. Gets rid of their Colony Garden in hand. Lembas makes it cheaper to play the refurb finally. Cheap, like down to 1. Duress isn't good now. It's probably not gonna be very good at all. So let's just get rid of that. Swing with the team. They take 7. I mean, hawking their card away gives us more power in the air, because currently we don't have them on a 2-turn clock. Pretty far from that, actually, with all their extra life. Of course, we're worried if they ever get a Pestilence. It's pretty bad. Their last card doesn't really matter, actually. I think if I am going to Glint Hawk, I might as well just Lembas. I think we will. Looking for more creatures, of course. It's like their card is a blocker for the Inspector, and that's about it. And we don't need a blocker for the Inspector. I'll keep a refurb, but I'm not going to play it here, because I do want to hold up Thraben Charm, cast down. They'll sack a Lembas. That means they're down to 1 food, so if they block with the Cauldron Familiar, I could exile it with the Thraben Charm reactively, not proactively. They're just going to pass to us. Oh, second familiar. I guess it'll be harder to get rid of them. I will sack our Lembas just to gain some life, because it could be relevant, and we already have another Lembas in hand. Another Thraben Charm is honestly not bad. I'm going to swing. If they want to block with both cats on the Inspector, I can cast one of them down, kill them both, and then I can, if they ever sack the Lembas to try to get them back, I can just exile them. If they want to sack their Campfire to bring them in, put it back into their deck, that's great too. So yeah. Oh, I guess smartly they're going to do it now, so that the second cat isn't in there yet. Okay, well they're smart there, but I am going to exile their graveyard. So they will keep a cat in the grave, but they don't have a food to get it back. But that's definitely the right way to do it. I could have Thraben Charmed this one to kill it first and then gotten rid of it, but I can also just do it from the graveyard. Like, I don't really care either way. Now getting rid of a blocker could be relevant. I think I don't want to commit more to the board because we're already winning quite a bit, and I want to hold up the Thraben Charm in case they get another food or something. So I don't think I want to play our Lembas yet. There's the garden, gain 2 life from the campfire. Should I sack the Omen here? If I get a Skyfisher later, Omen's going to be really good, actually, if they do wipe our board. So I think no, but let's Lembas. I also have this Eviscerator's Insight from forever ago. Bojuka Bog is not bad. It just gets rid of the cat. Then I get to keep my charm for other things. They now have a card that we don't know about, so do I want to make them discard it? And then I Bojuka Bog. I am going to need to play another creature if I want to have lethal on the next turn, which I do. It's a swamp, that's fine. We'll swing. No blocks. We will Bojuka Bog away the cat, and we'll just pass. They can go up to 10 here, but we have 10 in the air, so they need to find something. And if it's like a Pestilence, then they'll be in a decent spot. Eviscerator's Insight is a good start from them. And a Lembas, Fanatical Offering the Wellspring, running low on mana, but even just like one removal spell could keep them alive for another turn. I mean, I guess Lembas plus Campfire already keeps them alive for an extra turn. If I don't find like a Leonardo, which I only have 1 left in the deck. Although that might be a reason to like sack the Lembas or the Omen of the Dead to scry. Troublemaker Oof, their plant. Hits a refurb. Yeah, that's good. Although now they can't Campfire and Lembas unless they have an untapped land here. In which case, another reason maybe to sack the Omen. So they can go up to 11. I have 9 damage on board. If I find a Leonardo or something, I can just win. I think I should. Obviously, they could have a removal spell for it, but refurb is decent. We don't need swamp. Is it good enough? I mean, I guess I don't really want to get rid of a refurb. That's just a lot of value. I'm going to Eviscerator's Insight the Lembas here to draw 2. Goldmire Bridge. All right, play Lembas, last chance here. We're not going to play a refurb this turn, I don't think. If we find Leonardo, oh, well, Duress could change things. Because they could hold up Thrabenshire, which is pretty good, but they could have held, like, they could have drawn a Pestilence because they had a million, and Duress would be good to take it. There's 2 Pestilences, so there's not really a reason to take it. They do only have 4 black mana beyond the 2 they're going to need to cast it. Obviously, that's enough to kill everything. But if they go to 2 here, yeah. I mean, I guess I take 1 and then I can Thraben Charm the other, but they don't even have a way to keep it alive. Spellbomb doesn't do anything. I should take a Pestilence. Second Pestilence does matter and will matter, so let's just take the 1, I think. Hit for 8. They're going to Campfire and survive at 2. If we find the Leonardo, that would not happen, but alas. Now they go up by 1, then they get to Campfire, attack for 2 here. I mean, everything's getting wiped anyway, so I might as well chump, but they had to ask. There's Pestilence. Gain 2 from the Campfire, 1 to everything, another 1 to everything, and another. So, do they have a way to make a creature here, keep the Pestilence around? That's the question. Spellbomb? No. Okay, so getting rid of the Pestilence. This is why getting rid of the second one in hand was actually worthwhile, because of that. We use the Eviscerator's Insight, so I'm actually pretty low on cards to use here. Refurb. Refurb actually does cost 2 again, that's funny. I'll refurb them. Basilica back up Bajuka Bog. Discard the Troll. Interesting. That seems like one of their win cons. Their other card must be better, which is scary. I can't do anything. I didn't keep the Omen around to bring back the Skyfisher and then something else, but frankly, they have the Spellbomb, so it doesn't actually matter if I had done that. Unfortunately, I don't have a clock on them with their Campfire and their Sepulcher. Eviscerator's Insight. I maybe should have exiled their graveyard to prevent that from happening, especially since I just have another Bajuka Bog for stuff later, but another Spellbomb. Eviscerator's Insight. We could draw a Ninja. I don't love getting rid of the Lembas because I might want to replay that, but I guess replaying Refurb's fine. Well, if I get a Ninja, let's see, I have 1 Leonardo left because I brought all the other ninjas out. And Leonardo is fine, but not amazing. I mean, it lets me double refurb, I guess. Well, we'll swing here. Let's Eviscerators inside the Lembas. We get a cast down. Alright, hit for 2. They go to 1. By sacking the Lembas before I replayed... Well, I wouldn't have had the Skyfisher, but Skyfisher costs 2 again if I play this Goldmire Bridge. I actually can't replay it and hold up this Eviscerator's Insight. And I definitely want to hold up the Eviscerator's Insight, so... Because they are otherwise going to Spellbomb it. So I guess we just play a Skyfisher and don't replay Familiar. They're going to crack a Spellbomb, and... I'm going to flash this back, sacking our Vault of Whispers. But they're looking for a kill spell for, like, the refurb, which is fair. I don't know, kind of awkward for us, but we got it back. I could Bajuka Bog them. They could Campfire their stuff back. It's just this, and then Inspector. I mean, they're still low-ish, but obviously they get to Campfire, and then Campfire again. Sepulcher. We are losing life. We could still lose, for sure. And they have an Eviscerator's Insight for the second one, Spellbomb. See, we can feel the Eviscerator's Insight being awkward, having to sacrifice so many lands, because I don't want to sacrifice creatures or, like, clues that could also just be drawing me a card. Nutrient Block into Fanatical Offering, and there's another Pestilence. They can go up to 6 and wipe the board. They're down to 1. Cauldron Familiar keeps the Pestilence around. I can blow up the Pestilence, though. Or just kill the cat. No, I can't kill the cat because they have now 2 foods. But I can blow up the Pestilence. I guess I could kill the cat, Bajuka Bog, they try to bring it back, Thraben Charm, they bring it back again, that doesn't work. 1, 2 artifacts. I mean, even if I kill the Pestilence, Sepulcher pings us for 1, cat can attack him for 1, obviously we have a refurb. I think I just need to refurb for 2, and then I might sack the clue to the Insight, because I want to draw more for cheaper here. Discard a block, sack the clue. Dust to Dust lets me get rid of both food. Actually, it lets me get rid of their Campfire and their Sepulcher, so they stop gaining life. I guess that's better. Certainly the Sepulcher's killing us. The Campfire's good. If I get rid of the food, I can kill the cat, but I guess maybe I just don't care about the cat. I also have to kill this Pestilence, so kill the Campfire and the Sepulcher, I think. And then the Raven Charm the Pestilence, and then Bajuka Bog them, because they got an Eviscerator's Insight and some other stuff. And theoretically they could mill out, although it's probably going to come down to time or damage since we're both so low first. That should be all 3 of their Pestilences, unless they're playing more than that. So I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Lembas. The problem is, since I didn't get rid of all the food, they have a lot of burst life gain. They can go up to 11, for example. They're gonna draw a card with the nutrient block. How many trolls have we seen? Like, how many ways do they have to actually kill us now? 2 familiars are gone. I think I just have to take 1 here. They shouldn't have a pestilence, so it should be fine. We've seen 2 tithing blades, assuming they're running a pretty stock list. That's all of them. That's 2 trolls. They have another campfire, but they're losing on time as well. So if we just play this a little fast, probably be okay. Yeah, like campfires. I mean, double campfire means I probably can't kill them. So actually we should just focus on time, but I can't resist attacking. So here I go. Skyfisher back the refurb, take their last card, play an Ancient Den to make it cheaper, and then I can Eviscerator's Insight our Ancient Den, see if we get like another Dust to Dust or something. GlintHawk, which I can't replay for cheap. We'll just play an Inspector and leave up a Cast Down and a Clue here. They gain some life. Their only way to kill us should be a Troll, though. Troll and Cauldron Familiar. So as long as... I guess the Cauldron Familiar can keep attacking, and I have to block it, or they get to bring it back. Either way, I take a damage. So I guess if they were able to do that 3 times in the next couple minutes, they could kill me that way. Fanatical Offering. Because I could just cast down a Troll. Tragic Slip a Skyfisher. Sure. To survive. Map onto this Cauldron Familiar. I guess that's fine. I could cast it down in response. I don't think I care. Reveals a Lembas, puts that in the grave. Map again. Colony Garden. Yeah, we're not dealing them enough damage. Although I guess I want to keep this... Oh, they don't even attack. Okay. I was going to say I probably want to keep this familiar for the GlintHawk. Oops. I guess we'll attack for 2. Play a Lembas. 2 artifacts. Raven Charm is fine. Play a GlintHawk for the refurb. Replay that. Play a Swamp and pass. They're going to Campfire. Campfire. But I don't see how they kill us here, especially now they have the Thraven Charm. If they try to like play another food, I guess I cast down their familiar. They have an Oof. I guess that's another attacker I didn't consider, but whatever. I have blockers for these guys. Cast down a familiar. Play a Lembas. Sure. Scry a Lembas to the top. Play that. They're going to try to get back their cat. We're going to exile their graveyard. They can put it back in their deck with the campfire if they want, but that doesn't really change much. All right, and they concede. In the end there, even if they didn't lose to time, I think we would have won. Maybe they played a little differently if they didn't have time on the mind, but they lost all their pestilences. They maybe had 1 more troll, but we had cast downs for that. And being able to exile the cat from the graveyard, that was their last cat. They really were just out of win cons. So I don't think there was really any way they could have won. Even with their campfires looping, I probably could have killed them first, or I don't even know if I would have milled out first. It's possible, but... In any case, we got a 3-2 with the deck. It was pretty cool. Definitely some things that felt awkward. I mean, Oroku, I think maybe we just hit some bad matchups. Multiple burn matchups where the life loss is pretty relevant. Cauldron Familiar just makes it pretty irrelevant. So I don't think it was the best showing of that. The Mukotai Ambushers, actually, we had some matches, Red Madness, that it was decent. Although I've found that every time that I side this in for a red matchup, it just dies before it gains us life. I'm not sure if one of these gained us any life all day against a Madness opponent, because I think they just killed it right away. And it's good having a card that must die, but I'm just not sure this is amazing in that matchup for that reason. I don't know. The Eviscerator's Insights... It's hard to argue with drawing 4 cards on a single card here, but as I said at the beginning, and as I've said in previous videos with this deck, it just doesn't really fit the deck's playstyle, because in Grixis Affinity, you have Ichor Wellsprings you want to sacrifice, right? Or even Esper Affinity, you have Cryogens. In a Gardens deck or anything like that, you have Wellsprings and Lembas and things like that. Here we do have Lembas, which is okay to sacrifice, but you're okay sacrificing this in a deck like Gardens because you don't really have anything else to do with the Lembas except for gain life, or sacrifice it to a cat if you're talking Food Pestilence. But in this deck, we actually don't want to sacrifice our artifacts because we want to pick them up with the Skyfish and the GlintHawk. If you have an excess of them, maybe sacrificing a Grand Bauble or a Tithing Blade isn't a big deal, but in general, we don't want to sacrifice any of these. That leaves like our creatures, which we don't want to sacrifice unless they're already being killed, and even tokens like in the Clue from Investigate is already going to draw us a card. Eviscerator's Insight is only drawing us 1 more card, but it's also costing us 1 more card, so it's not that beneficial in a value sense unless you just really need that card right now. So there's just nothing in this deck that you want to sacrifice desperately. So that's kind of just how you have to play black card draw, is sacrificing a bunch of things. So the Insights aren't terrible, and I understand why they're here. Obviously, we sacrificed our lands many times, and it wasn't the worst thing ever, but again, this is a very mana-hungry deck that used most of our mana most times, so having sacrificed 2 or 3 lands over the course of the game makes things a little bit awkward. But I still think the deck is pretty cool. I like this iteration of it. I think it's a cool evolution from the classic GlintBlade. Obviously, we're a little bit away from that with only a couple Tithing Blades, but this might just be the best iteration, or at least one of the better iterations of the deck right now. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks to my supporters, including my $10 and up monthly supporters. If you want to support me on a monthly basis, go ahead and check out my Metafy link down below. Or I just launched memberships right here on YouTube, so if you want to have a way to support me while also seeing some of my videos a little bit early, go ahead and check that out as well. Thanks to my current supporters like Howard Granger, JDMPX, Howcast, Cody Cowell, Sty, Benedict, and DJ Vinyl. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all next time.